Namaskar. A very good afternoon to all of you. Honorable Chief Guest of today's program, Dr. Rakesh Chandra Agrawal, DDG Education, ICAR, New Delhi. Honorable Vice Chancellor, Assam Agricultural University, Dr. Biddu Chandan Deka. Honorable Registrar, Shri Tapan Kumar Gohai. Statutory officers, heads of the departments and establishments, invited special guests, retired teachers and employees of Assam Agricultural University, faculty members, scientists, members of the non-teaching staff, students and scholars, members of the press and media, ladies and gentlemen. Today is an auspicious day for all of us, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to the 54th Foundation Day ceremony of Assam Agricultural University. At the very outset, may I request you all to please rise for Jatiyo Hongit. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, today is a very special day for all of us as we gather here to not only reflect upon the beginnings of our university and its founders, but also to celebrate the significant achievements that we have made since the university's inception on the 1st of April, 1969. It is a day to reconnect with our history and to celebrate the bond that we share with the past and present members of our esteemed and sacred institution. A day to celebrate the glorious years of hard work and endurance as we work and grow together in mind, body, and spirit. A day to be proud of our prestigious institution and its accomplishments, and to rededicate ourselves to face the new challenges that lie ahead. On my own behalf and the entire organizing committee, I offer my heartfelt wishes to each one of you present here, to each and every member of the AU family on this very special occasion. Today, on this special occasion, we are truly honored and delighted to have with us Dr. Rakesh Chandra Agrawal ji, DDG Education, ICAR, New Delhi. I request our Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, Dr. Biddu Chandan Deka, to kindly offer felicitations to our chief guest. Thank you. We would also like to felicitate Honorable Vice Chancellor, Sir, and I request our Registrar, Shri Tapan Kumar Gohai, Sir, to offer felicitations to Vice Chancellor, Sir. Thank you. May I now please have the honor to invite Honorable Vice Chancellor Dr. Biddu Chandan Deka, sir, to please deliver the welcome address.
Namaskar, good afternoon. Dr. R.C. Agarwal, the Honorable DDG ICAR. Probably many of you know Dr. Agarwal played a very significant role in channelizing the farmer's variety into the right perspective, and he is known for that when he was the Registrar General of PPVFRA, and today he is our chief guest. Mr. Registrar, Mr. Topon Gohai, all our statutory officers, we are indeed very happy that today in our midst we have very senior retired professors, all our heads of the department, faculties, scientists, staff, my dear students, member from the press and media, ladies and gentlemen. In fact, today is a very auspicious day for all of us because we are celebrating the 54th Foundation Day of Assam Agricultural University. I recollect the memory of this great university when I personally landed here as a first year student way back in 1984. And since then I have seen the metamorphosis of our this beloved university. This university, all of us we know, was established way back in 1969, and Dr. S.R. Borua was our first Vice Chancellor, followed by Dr. Negi, Dr. Majumdar, Dr. Barthakur, Dr. Motiromani, then Dr. Professor Devojit Choliha, Dr. P.C. Bora, Dr. Upaidhyay, Dr. A.N. Mukhopadhyay, Dr. G.L. Kaul, Dr. S.S. Waghel, Dr. K.M. Bujore Borua, and finally I am the 13th Vice Chancellor of this particular university. Today I remember the sacrifices of our all these 12 Vice Chancellors, because of whose contribution we are here today to celebrate the 54th Foundation Day of our great university. Today in our midst we have senior scientists, the retired senior level scientists, statutory officers, faculties, because of their immense contribution in the field of agriculture in the entire Assam as well as in the entire northeastern region. I am happy to let you know that Assam is not only self-sufficient in food grain today, but it also used to feed the few other neighboring states of the northeastern region. And it all has happened because of the contribution of our senior teachers and scientists. And I'm also very happy to let you know, today we have around 25 lakh hectare area covered under rice. And 62% of the area is being covered by our own variety, developed by this agriculture university. And I think this is one of the remarkable achievement of Assam Agriculture University in last quite a number of years. And I'm also very happy to let you know, particularly Honorable Chief Guest and other gathering, till yesteryears, Rabi maize cultivation was a distant dream. Maize was not a very popular crop. But because of the technology generated by this particular university and because of the KVK network, we are cultivating Rabi maize in more than 1 lakh hectare. And I am told this year the area is going to be almost 1.5 lakh hectare. And this is because of the contribution of this particular university. Till few years back, we did not have any variety which are really tolerant to the flood, because we suffer from flood. Every year there is a flood between June to October. And when flood comes, whatever paddy is being grown, all are being devastated. And almost 5 lakh hectare area is in the flood affected area. And sir, I am happy to let you know, because of the untiring effort of our scientists, we developed 2 very important varieties, Ranjit Sabwan and Bahadur Sabwan. And these 2 varieties, the moment it got released by Central Variety Release Committee in 2019-20 session, today I am told this variety has almost covered 1.5 lakh hectare. So that is yet another milestone of our university. Coming back to the education, sir, probably you know, since you are the DDG of ICAR, we produce very brilliant students. Only in the last year, 44 of our students, they cleared JRF, 34 SRF, and as high as 88 of our students, they cleared NET. And that's another remarkable achievement, what I personally feel, and for which I would like to give a big compliments to our students and teachers. Because of our hard work, we have achieved this particular phenomenal growth in education. In extension, we have 23 KVKs spread across the state, besides 9 colleges, 11 research stations. It's a huge university, 43 different units, and sir, our annual budget is 600 crores. Our annual budget is 600 crores. 450 crores we get from state government, roughly 90 crore to 100 crores we get from ICAR, and 50 to 60 crores we receive from DBT, DST and other funding sources. And of late, the World Bank, they have recognized our talents, and now World Bank has come forward and they have been requesting us to give us few proposals for establishment of technology park in both the campuses of Jorhat as well as Khanapara. World Bank, because of the initiative of Assam Agriculture University, the potato has really created an impact in the farmers' field because of the technology that we have generated by this particular university. So the story is very long. I don't like to take much of your time, because this is our foundation day. We'd like to remember the sacrifices of our senior faculties, our senior vice chancellors, senior statutory officers, because of whom we are today in a very strong footing. And I owe to them, because of their contribution, now today we can really say that this is a very robust and strong university in this part of the country. With this, sir, I welcome you for this 54th Foundation Day celebration of Assam Agriculture University. You will also deliver our Foundation Day lecture. I'm happy that, I just gave you a call, say maybe 20-25 days back, that you should deliver our Foundation Day. Then you have readily accepted our invitation, and today you have joined here us in this auditorium to deliver your welcome address. I also welcome all the retired teachers who are so very dear and near to this university. And every now and then, whenever we invite them, they make us happy by their presence. Sir, I welcome one and all. I welcome all our statutory officers, head of the department, faculty, staff, our my dear students, media from the press and media, and last not the least, all the ladies and gentlemen, for having joined in this particular Foundation Day lecture of this particular great university. With this, I once again would like to give a big compliment to all of you for joining us since morning in celebrating our Foundation Day. So with this, I conclude. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Assam Agriculture University.
Thank you very much, sir, for your wishes and blessings. Ladies and gentlemen, We take pride in letting you know that on the occasion of the 54th Foundation Day ceremony, Assam Agricultural University is going to launch 3 important online systems: the University Grievance Redressal System, an e-learning resource, and an online weed repository. I'm glad to mention here that our chief guest, Dr. Rakesh Chandra Agrawal, is here and he will be launching the programs. At the outset, we will be launching the AU Grievance Redressal System. So the AU Grievance Redressal System is an online web-based application for raising grievances, if any, by the employees and students of the university, including ex-employees, ex-students of AU, and the general public. Developed by a team of 3 members of AU, Mr. Prantik Gautam, Ritu Hati Borua, under the leadership of Dr. R.P. Paswan, Professor and Head, Department of Agricultural Statistics, this system is expected to streamline the entire grievance redressal mechanism of the university. Only registered complainants will be allowed to lodge any kind of grievance, and for registration and other details, one can visit the website www.grievance.au.ac.in. I request our chief guest, Dr. Rakesh Chandra Agrawal ji, to kindly do the honors of launching the system. May we have a big round of applause, please. Thank you very much. Now we are going to launch the online weed repository. The weed repository is an electronic database that helps basically in identification of weed taxa. To make the identification process easy, this database has been created so that through this database one can recognize unknown weed species by searching through keywords. In this database, when a weed is searched, one can get not only the universally accepted scientific name, but also its synonyms, vernacular names, common names, important morphological description, flowering and fruiting times, name of the associated crops, and other ecological information. The aim of the weed repository is to maximize the impact of scientific research and teaching on diversity, taxonomy, phytogeography of weed taxa, for their sustainable management to enhance crop production and environmental protection. The repository has been created and designed by Dr. Ishwar Chandra Barua, Principal Scientist, AICRP on Weed Management, and Weed Taxonomist, Dr. Jayanta Deka, Weed Agronomist, cum Dean, Faculty of Agriculture, and Developer, Mr. Aditya Pratap Chetia. Thank you. Let us have a big round of applause once again. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to launch the e-learning resource. The e-learning resource has been developed by the university with the help of ICAR Development Grant Fund. As you all are aware, the COVID-19 pandemic has severely affected the entire world. In the field of education, this emergency has led to the massive closure of face-to-face activities and practical-based learning of educational institution. Practical and practice content are a critical part of agricultural education. Imparting practical knowledge will make our graduates confident and market-ready. The e-learning resources for practical in agriculture will greatly benefit the students to gain practical knowledge. So far we have prepared 97 videos covering the Faculty of Agriculture, Community Science, and Veterinary Science.
Hello everyone, I am Priyadarshini Bharali, Assistant Professor from the Department of Agricultural Biotechnology, Assam Agricultural University.
Myself, Dr. Purnima Das.
I am Akhil Ranjan Borua.
Dr. Deepa Barbara Phukon.
I am Mr. Diganta Kumar Bora.
Today we are going to learn about genomic DNA isolation from plant tissues.
So now let us get acquainted with different tools and equipment that are used in beekeeping.
The next step is titration.
So another method which is called paper towel method.
Next, we will make up the volume to 1 ml with distilled water in each of the tubes.
Now let us discuss about the various air temperature measuring instruments used in an agrometeorological observatory.
Problems are inevitable. Problems are the part and parcel of a life, be in a family, in a society, in a career, or in a professional life.
Properly designed experiments not only help the user to answer all questions, but it also helps to make efficient use of available resources.
Dear viewers, hope you liked it.
If you have any
Questions or queries?
Please feel free to contact us on the details given in the description box below. Namaskar.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Foundation Day lecture, which will be delivered by our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. Rakesh Chandra Agrawal, DDD Education, ICAR, on relevance of agricultural education in the changing scenario. But before I invite you, sir, to deliver the lecture, please let me have the honor to introduce you to our audience. Dr. Rakesh Chandra Agrawal is presently working as Deputy Director General, Agricultural Education and National Director, National Agricultural Higher Education Project, Indian Council of Agricultural Research. He is a postgraduate and doctorate from the prestigious Indian Agricultural Research Institute, New Delhi. Dr. Agrawal has significantly contributed to the area of statistics, biodiversity informatics, and intellectual property rights, plant variety protection, and higher agricultural education. He has been instrumental in improving the quality of higher education in agriculture and attracting youths for pursuing careers in agriculture and allied sectors in 74 agricultural universities. He is the national convener for the development of roadmap for the implementation of the National Education Policy 2020 in agricultural education, and recently on 28th September 2021, it got released from Honorable Agricultural Minister for its implementation in all agricultural universities. Dr. Agrawal has received many prestigious awards, namely the Rafi Ahmed Kidwai Award, which is the highest award for agricultural research, Dr. M.S. Randhawa Award for National Academy of Agricultural Sciences for outstanding contributions in agricultural administration, Digital India Award of Government of India conferred by the President of India, recognition by Association of Indian Universities for significant contributions in agricultural education, Sir Syed Khan Memorial Lifetime Achievement Award by Aligarh Muslim University, Dr. B.R. Barwale National Award for the Excellence in Plant Genetic Resources. He is a Fellow of National Academy of Agricultural Sciences. The FAO of UN elected Dr. Agrawal in 2018 to head a technical experts group on farmers' rights for its implementation in 146 countries. He is presently the Vice Chair of the Asia region of the Bureau of International Treaty of Plant Genetic Resources for Food and Agriculture. He has represented the country as part of Indian delegation to more than 20 countries. Dr. Agrawal has published more than 40 research papers in peer-reviewed journals, authored 4 books, and delivered about 200 invited talks. He has also executed 10 research projects funded by international and national agencies. We are extremely honored and blessed by the gracious presence of Dr. Agrawal today. I request you to please come forward and bless us with your valuable lecture, sir.
Thank you. First of all, I want to thank Honorable Vice Chancellor, Dr. Dhaka, who is my old colleague, the Honorable Honorable Registrar, and I'm proud to know that he's the student of this university, and to be working in the same institute, it's really a matter of pride, and that too from a very prestigious service. Civil service. All the senior colleagues, I see a lot of present colleagues who are working in, at the higher positions, senior positions, and you have called all the old colleagues also who have put up their services in various capacities. All the faculty members, dear students, the media representatives, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let me congratulate you all for this Foundation Day. It's really a matter of pride for any organization to celebrate the day of birth, where you really just introspect and you just see your glorious period, what you have achieved, and also you take commitment that what you have to achieve. You also resolve that these are my unfinished tasks, which never finish. So it's a very important day, and I know you must have taken a lot of resolutions, you must have taken a lot of work plans for times to come, and with the commitment of such large group, I can see that you can definitely achieve this. I'm happy to launch these 3 important programs, which I could see the glimpse of one video lectures I could see. So that's really professionally developed. And I can say, if you see the very basic of the new education policy, there are many points in that. But one important key point is the inclusivity and the equity. And by developing such videos, you can really target this inclusiveness. That how you can include everybody, okay, for this. Inclusiveness includes many other things, how you can take care of the physically challenged persons, how you can take the other groups who really need the agriculture education, many things for which now we are also making efforts. But that's really something good. I could see 75 lectures, I think, you have developed. And the same exercise we are also doing at the headquarters under this National Agricultural Higher Education Project. We have given already about 18 smart classrooms, and based on the success of those smart classrooms, now those smart classrooms are a state-of-the-art technology. You can see when a teacher is teaching the class, everything can be recorded, can be edited, and can be reused for the future classes. Now, what we are doing, we are recording all those lectures by the best teachers and making it available through a AgriWeb channel, which we launched last year. And I think these lectures which you have shown today, these can be also part of that repository. And what is our ultimate objective of that repository is that wherever, because every university cannot have the best teacher for all the subjects. So let us make a pool of the best teachers across all our 74 universities and then make available those lectures to the students so that they can be benefited. And I have assigned this task to few universities and to our one of the institute at ICR to make a list of all the programs starting from UG to PhD and just see that which lecture can be recorded by whom. So if you also have the best teachers, you please let us know the list that who can deliver the best lectures in those topics so that we can make it available in those lectures. So that we can really talk for the inclusiveness. We can really talk for providing best of the knowledge, best of the teachers to everybody, wherever they are, whether they are in Faizabad, whether they are in Himachal Pradesh or Haryana or anywhere, wherever they are. So really, I'm happy to see the quality. One you could just demonstrate, but I'm sure that others also may be having the same quality. And we can demonstrate one of those in the forthcoming Vice Chancellor's Conference on the 12th of this month. So that's really a big achievement for you. If something, I'm so impressed that we can really provide you the time to demonstrate this and then make it available to other universities wherever they are. I'm also happy to see the other progress. I was just browsing through your annual report, and that's really a hard work done by your university. And from ICR side, also you must have seen the support we are providing, especially a unique opportunity under the National Agricultural Higher Education Project. Have you seen any university in India except this agricultural education system where the students are being sent abroad in bulk at the funding of with the funding of the government or the World Bank? You will not find. Even in IITs, you will not find that students are going with the expenditure of 20 to 25 lakh rupees per student, even the faculty. So that is the kind of thing we are just finding out how the relevant education how we can adopt ourselves in the changing scenario. Because if you do not provide the best, I think we are left behind. If you do not provide the best to the faculty also, then the faculty cannot upskill their knowledge. So take full advantage of those. Recently, I have been rejecting some of the proposals of some of the universities because in bulk, they want to send all the faculty members to one single university or a group of 80 students to one single university abroad. I just told the meaning of this is not to send everybody to one institute. You just diversify the university. You send 50 students to at least 20 universities, 20 different countries, so that we can learn more. They can interact after coming back, they can share their experiences. You can have more MOUs, you can have more in networking. Okay, so that is the purpose. It's not the purpose that you have to have a stamp that you have visited abroad. So let us make our horizon bigger. Let us invite more and more persons. And I think your university also must have taken advantage of that. And from the students' feedback, I know which we have collected, the students are very happy. And because of that, we have really attracted the youth for the agriculture education. Today, the scenario is little different. A lot of pressure. We just take around, I think, 30,000 students in our state agriculture universities. But the total applications which are there just for the ICR 3,000 seats are close to 2 lakh students. So out of 2 lakh, we just select 3,000 students. So that means, what about those 1,97,000 students? Where they should go? That is the big challenge. That is the big challenge in this changing scenario. So that means they have interest towards the agriculture education, but because of our limited number of seats, we are not able to provide them the seats. What to do? So for that, now what we are doing, we are going to discuss this plan in the next Vice Chancellor's conference. We are going to start now the polytechnics, and we will just try to take the students just after 10th class for the agriculture education, for the UG program, for this polytechnics, and then we can reserve some seats for those polytechnic students to get admission in the second year of the UG programs. But our experience, wherever these polytechnics are running in some of these states, especially one state I know, I went there especially to discuss with those students, with the Vice Chancellor, and I could find that the diploma holders are in more demand than the undergraduate students. They are in more demand. And even those 10% seats are not utilized for getting admission in the UG. They all get very good employment. They are good entrepreneurs, they have their self-employment, many things. So that is really required, how you can attract. And then there are certain other things we are going to discuss in the next VC conference. I'll just deliberate in this Founder Sunday lecture, that what are the other plans we are going to make use of those students, or to provide them the opportunities in this changing scenario, that how best we can accommodate everybody. And that is the reason I'm again happy to, and I want to compliment the Vice Chancellor. Today when I arrived, he just told that they have increased the 10% seats. So that's what, when we were developing this, the document for the implementation of the new education policy, we asked all the universities to increase 10% seats. So immediately we cannot jump that, okay, if you have having a intake of 500 students, you cannot just jump to 1,000 seats. Slowly we have to adjust ourselves, slowly we will build more hostels, but immediately we cannot have all those things. So that 10% is just the target, but we have to find some other ways to increase this gross enrollment ratio. But our ultimate aim has to be that how to make the students the better job providers, not the job seekers. And for that, I think we are succeeding, we are getting good success. So if you just, as I was saying, in this landscape of 74 universities, the first thing we did was we declared the agriculture education as the professional degree. And that has really paid good dividends by declaring agriculture education as the professional degree. Now, 1 full year is provided to the students for the entrepreneurship. And that's really something great, where the students can learn the practical things. It's not complete theoretical. And if you see the last Dean's Committee report, that was the major recommendation. And many other things we have taken for this. But the important thing here, I want to just tell that we have to take along the private universities also with us. Just last week, I had a meeting with a few selected vice chancellors of the private universities. I called a meeting just to discuss some of the points, because I am going to have another vice chancellor's conference of the private universities, and I am expecting around 1,000 to 1,200 persons from different colleges. So how to conduct that, what are those grievances, other things. So if you do not, presently we do not count their contribution for this. Okay. And at the same time we have to also see that we do not compromise with the quality. And for quality, already you know how we have linked everything with this accreditation. So for private universities also now there is a heavy rush for getting the accreditation because it is linked with the admissions, and I think close to around 50 applications we have received from the private universities for the accreditation. So that's something really we want to be proud of. Again, I want to compliment the Assam Agricultural University that there is no bifurcation of the university. Whereas you see in some of these states, rather I can say in almost all these states, except few. Odisha is one, and Assam is, I think, number 2. In one of these states, there is from one single university, there are 5 universities. Fisheries University, Veterinary University, Horticulture University, Agriculture University, Organic University, and so many universities. So at the one hand, we are talking for the multidisciplinary. At the other hand, we are bifurcating and making the unitary universities. And you can see how these have been bifurcated. But in the changing scenario, we do not require that. We do not require the bifurcation, we require the unification of those universities. And for that, one of the important mandate which we have given to the Dean's Committee is that even after first year, if a students want to change the stream, say after first year, if the students find that I want to go for the horticulture, okay, he can go to the horticulture. If animal science students wants to shift to the fisheries, let them have an option. Okay. Let us not make rigid rules. You cannot change. That is possible only once you have everything in your university, or you have the MOUs or understanding and many other things. And Karnataka has started thinking now how to unify. Based on our recommendations, I got some feedback. Now they are making some plans how to have again the unification, because that is the requirement of the changing scenario. And for that, the 3 sections which we have got, the 3 units which we have got in the education division, one of the important section is dealing with the just quality parameters. We have a lot of schemes, a small division. We have only 8 scientists working with us, 3 ADGs, which are heading these 3 different units, but a lot of schemes. You can see we are dealing with the big responsibility of the accreditation, fellowships, providing financial assistance to all the students for the student ready program, then the planning, the course curriculum, Dean's Committee, then now the ARS syllabus is being revised, everything. And within a limited time, you have to do everything. And now we have been asked by the Prime Minister Office that develop within 1 month the course curriculum for the natural farming. Okay. So many things are coming. But we are working in a very coordinated way. And a lot of fellowships are there. I think you must be all aware that what kind of intensive fellowships, national fellowships we have got with us. And as I was saying, the 5th Dean's Committee, the major thing was some new programs, but important thing was the student ready program. And on the same pattern now, we have started for PG programs also. And now what we are thinking and what the mandate we have given to the Dean's Committee is that can we really reorient this student ready program to other years, so that if there is a exit or entry, multiple entry, multiple exit, so can we, if somebody wants to exit after 1 year, and if you have the student program only in the 4th year, so can we reorient ourselves so that the students can opt those practical skills even the 1st year. So those kind of modifications now we are trying to see, because that is again required according to the changing scenario. I think these revised course curriculum you must have all received for this PG and PhD programs in 6 volumes. Now we have 79 subjects, and according to this revised, because for the ARS, you know, the essential requirement is now the PhD. And being PhD now, the course curriculum also has to be of that of PhD. So that's what our 19 committees, they are working for developing this revised course curriculum, because that is again the requirement of this. And if you see the 12 deans, which are the member of those deans committees, we have given this 11 points for their terms of reference, but the important one being that how to start this certificate course and the diploma courses. As I was saying, that polytechnic is one, but can we have this after 2 years, what kind of diploma, what should be the criteria, and what should be the details for entry, exit, and other kind of things. I'm not aware whether you have, in the recent past, whether you have started these diplomas or certificate courses, but that is really required. We have to reorient ourselves with more diploma and certificate courses, and we must understand what is the meaning of gross enrollment ratio. That really we have to understand. We have to understand from many aspects. As a researcher, we have to understand as a policy maker that what is the exact meaning of gross enrollment ratio. So what is the age group? It is from 18 to 23. Total, what is the population? How many persons from the agriculture they are studying in that? How we can increase that? And what is the real demand of those students? We have to understand what is the demand of those students. And for that, I am again happy to inform you that we have assigned this job to one of the topmost consultants, and you must be knowing this PwC, that what is the exact requirement of the human resources for the next 20 years in this agriculture sector, so that we can know that how many seats to increase in different disciplines and what are the job opportunities for those students. What are the opportunities for the entrepreneurship for those students. And that work is almost complete. Maybe in next 4 to 5 months, we will be able to release that document, that what is the requirement. Why we are doing that? To have the real assessment for increasing this GR. Not just blindly that every year you increase the seats or you just double the seats or triple the seats. Because as per the UGC estimates, presently we have around 4 crore students. And they say that out of 4 crores, because agriculture universities are 9%, so 9% should be our share. And you can see that 9 crore of 4 crore is, it should come around 36 lakhs. Okay. So can we have the 36 lakh students in the agriculture universities? Presently we have 2 lakh students. We cannot have. And I oppose this in the Ministry of Education also, that we cannot meet your all requirements, but we have to really assess, and then you should not say that why you are producing so many agriculture graduates. So that's why I am saying that let us understand first that what is the GR, how much to increase, and then we are not counting what is there for the private agriculture universities. Their contribution is not being counted. Only SIUs they count for this. And they are also having equal number of colleges and I think equal number of students in the private universities also. For the quality purpose, I can just say that now you can see that the private universities are also coming. 10 universities already we have accredited, and more are in pipeline. But unfortunately, I can say unfortunately, the rejection rate for the private universities is 90%. Okay. So if 10 apply, only 1 is qualifying to get the accreditation. Because we are very strict in providing the accreditation. We do not compromise. If they do not have the land, if they do not have the faculty, if they do not have the required experiential learning units, we don't compromise. And because of that, yesterday also one person came from the private university, and they were saying, sir, we will now purchase the land, we will recruit more faculty so that we can get the accreditation. So it is not that we are compromising for their requirement, they are compromising with our our requirements. And that's a good sign. And not only private, even the government universities also, I can say. I got a call from one state, their minister, and they were saying, sir, immediately within next 2 months, we will fill up all the positions. You please don't reject our accreditation. Within 2 months, I can assure you that we will fill up all the vacant positions. So that is the kind of help I can say we are rendering to the universities so that they get the required faculty, they get required funding, they get required facilities from the state governments. For human resource development, I can say that presently, whatever system we have got, it's a very transparent system. Very transparent system. Do you remember a period about 4 years back, 5 years back, when yesterday itself I was discussing with my Director General that we have around 400 boxes, big boxes, okay, which are still lying in our storeroom. And to store 400 boxes, you need how many rooms you require? Because they were being used for transporting those question papers in physical mode. You required so many persons and seal it and then send it, and then even if there is a one mistake of leaking the paper, again you have to reconduct the exam, many things. But now everything is online. We conduct the online counseling. Even the counseling, I remember. Maybe some of the students who are sitting here, they must have appeared in the counseling. It was a big mela in New Delhi. No accommodation, nothing, food, many difficulties were there. But now, no movement. It is all online. Even I can tell you, Dr. Deka, that the ranking of the universities, that is also now online. I have made the education division at almost, I can say, the paperless office. Your UCs, your everything is being uploaded on the portal only. Nothing. Even for the ranking, I can tell you, we were getting a 1200 page, 1400 page documents and 5 copies of that document they were asking. And if you have 74 universities, that those big volumes, and if you put it in front of the committee, that now you evaluate and give the marks, it is very difficult. Is it possible for you to evaluate in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days time? Nobody has that much time. No expert has that much time. But now with this online system, which we developed last year, now the committee is so happy. They just say that we click the button and automatically the results come. They want to verify something. They go to that particular link and they just verify whether they have got this particular document or not. That's all. Entire process finishes in 1 or 2 hours. So that is the kind of thing now we have to move ourselves with the changing requirement. Like the one you have demonstrated today, you got inaugurated that WID system and the LMS and many more things. And for that only, now we are moving towards the digital education. And in the BSMA also, you must have seen, we have allowed the students for 20% online courses. Because that is really required now. And that is in compliance with the NEP. NEP says that if a student sitting in Assam Agricultural University, if he wants to have, I think some of the students, I just communicated to all the vice chancellors, they must have registered for the ABC portal. Any student who can say they have registered for this ABC portal? Any student who has registered? No? Okay. Just go there, and I got a call from the UGC chairman, and he was saying that please ensure that all the students in the agricultural university system, they must register themselves for the ABC portal. abc.gov.in something, you can Google it, you can find it. And once you register yourself, like you must be using this DigiLocker. I think students, do you use the DigiLocker? Any student who can raise the hand? No? DigiLocker, no? Oh, one hand I could see, 1 or 2 hands. But that is really surprising now. Why it is surprising? Because that is the very good initiative by the government, where you can have every record in the digital format and they are legally acceptable. Your driving license, your degree certificate, your date of birth, any document, your insurance, whatever is there, you can have in the DigiLocker. And if a policeman is asking, you need not to carry your physical copy, you can just show DigiLocker and he cannot say you don't have the physical copy. So all your degrees you are awarding through DigiLocker? Okay, so the same company who has developed this DigiLocker, they have also developed this ABC, where if you register for this Academic Bank of Credit, ABC, then you can do any number of credits of your interest from any other university and they will be reflected in your transcript. It has to be reflected. You want to do something in, say, fine arts. You want to read something about, say, history, sports. Okay? Then you cannot presage your vice chancellor that please open a faculty for the fine arts. You cannot have the fine arts faculty, you cannot have fine arts division. But using the ABC, you can do it from any other university and it will be a record of that student, and while preparing your transcript, the university has to see that what credits you have done from other places and it is reflected, and the university also has to register for that. Okay? So those are the things which are required now. Multidisciplinary, that is in true sense the multidisciplinary. I am attending all the meetings with the UGC, I am attending all the meetings with the Ministry of Education, and time again I am sending all the documents to the WhatsApp group of vice chancellors, and I think frequently you are getting the documents from me. How we can reorient ourselves. Under this Student Ready program, the most popular is our RABE program. 80% students, they register for this RABE program. And then you can see one of the strong pillars of our system is the experiential learning units. We have got around 485 experiential learning units. And if you see any EL, I think students must be very happy that the kind of facilities we have got through this EL, they get all kind of practical exposure. And we are further strengthening those, and the CAST centers, the Center of Advanced Science and Technology, Agriculture Science and Technology centers under this NEHEP, they are again playing a very pivotal role. We have got centers, you have the IDP program of NEHEP, but we have 18 CAST centers. Those centers relate to genomics, those centers relate to market intelligence, secondary agriculture, next generation technologies, conservation agriculture, and many more. So that is another initiative we have taken, because that is required as per the changing scenario. Why it is required? Because every university, you cannot make expert in every subject. If I want to make Assam Agricultural University expert in genomics, you cannot. You have some other expertise. You may be having some more expertise in the rice. Okay. So let there be one university identified for this particular purpose. Assam Agricultural University also can identify their core strength, and that is again required as per the NEP. Every university has to identify their core strength and has to develop a plan for the IDP. That's a different IDP. Your institutional development plans. What are your plans? So that whenever any facility is required, any policy is required, so that university can come in the core group and can be utilized as an expert for those particular points. So that's really required. And for the last Dean's Committee report, the kind of programs which we incorporated, now it is being recognized by even the Prime Minister's office. They are very happy that we introduced a course on the organic farming. We gave more emphasis on the ICT and many more things, which are now required. Every university is talking, NEP is also now talking, but we announced way back in 2016. And this is the figure I was saying, that how more and more students, they are being attracted towards agriculture education. Our repository of all the theses is really in great demand. More than 175 countries, they are accessing this. And I'm again happy to share with you that I was asked by the Prime Minister Office that can you tell us that how many theses, how many research topics from the agricultural universities have been taken in the national priorities. Maybe it is doubling farmers' income, more crops per drop, or the renewable energy. So they gave us around 20 topics. And in all those 20 topics, we could find 200 to 300 PhD theses from our universities. So that is the strong system we have got. So it is nothing like that we are doing only the routine research. We are also taking the research priority areas of the national importance, of the global challenges, climate change, and many, many more things. So that is the strength, really. And now it is being recognized by all universities. I am now regularly attending the meetings of Association of Indian Universities. I attended their 4 meetings of North Zone, West Zone, South Zone, East Zone, and which is attended by all the Vice Chancellors. Now it is happening for the first time that regularly DDG is attending those meetings, and they give a slot of 15 minutes for the presentation before the traditional universities, and the maximum questions are asked only from the agriculture side, from the universities of the traditional Vice Chancellors. So that is the interest now they are getting. And again, I feel proud in sharing with you. I was persuading with the UGC that why the traditional universities cannot have the courses of the agriculture for the general stream students. Because everybody should know the importance of the agriculture. And with that persuasion, then they formed a committee, and I was made the chairman. And immediately after going from here on Sunday, I am going to finalize and submit to the UGC. And they will adopt for the general universities the courses on the agriculture, which is again a matter of pride for all of us. Because if you do not understand the meaning of agriculture, if you do not understand the importance of the agriculture, you cannot understand the kind of labor we all put for the food production. It is not only the food production which is important, but it is also important that how to stop the wastage of this. And the wastage you can only stop once you know that how much hard work is put up by the farmers, by the researchers, by the KVKs, by our complete national agricultural research system. And that has to be taught even to the children, I can say even to the children. And for that also we are going to have a meeting with the chairman of the CBSE, we have planned. Until unless you understand that how, if you waste 1 kg of rice, we all know you are the best researcher for the rice. How much water we are wasting? How much water it takes for producing 1 kg of rice? Maybe 3,000 liter? 3,000 liter or more. So that means you are not wasting 1 kg of rice, you are wasting 3,000 liters of water. 1 cup of coffee, you are wasting 900 liters of water. If you know, then you will know the importance. It is not the price which you are paying, it is the natural resource which you are wasting. So that knowledge has to be shared by all, every citizen I can say. And the best communication can go from the children itself. So for that also now we are making all the efforts. Just yesterday I could collect some data that how our different resources, now consortium for e-resources, again a very good initiative by ICR, how it is contributing, now how we are better placed, how we have got the better publications, that all I think the faculty also can recognize the contribution which we are making. I'll not go into much details, but let us see that how best we can have the better budget I have analyzed over last 2 years the budget positions. There is only one university which has got more than 600 crore budget. But maximum universities, they lie between 100 to 200. Now, once we talk for more entrepreneurship, more EL, more involvement, inclusiveness, equity, and many more things, then our budget has to increase. And when I say the budget has to increase, that doesn't mean that you have to get more grants from the state government or from the central government or from other agencies. That means we have to generate our own resources. And how to generate more resources? For that also, I just made some analysis. And for that, you can just find out that there is only one university which has got a revenue generation of around 165 crores. 165 crores. But there is another university which has got a revenue generation of only 50 lakhs. So there is a gap from 50 lakhs to 165 crores. And in between, the average comes around 20 crores. So let us see, and we have a full strength. We have a full capacity for this. And that's what, again, my request. I'm not aware how much you are producing, but let us see. Let us make a committee of experts, your all esteemed alumni. Let us see whether we can have the better sources for this revenue generation. Eco-tourism was one of those propositions. But in the same way, I have found some of the universities where the alumni are so generous that like in Tamil Nadu Agriculture University, I can just find one single alumni, he donated 10 crore rupees and made a very good state-of-the-art laboratory. And there was no compulsion that you have to buy from JAM or you have to buy from by following the L1 or L2. So all things he bought from the US and established, and you can clearly identify a distinct building and many things. So that is again a very good source. There are many good alumni if you have a meeting, and that is one of the purpose in the IDP of NEHEP also, that you should have the alumni meet and just see that whether we can use the alumni for the better placements, internship, funding, or any kind of support, whatever. And if nothing, then they can also help you as an expert in various committees. And even I'm going to discuss again, Dr. Dekar Saab, that how best we can have the new academic regulations for the PG and PhD. And in that we have already allowed for the PG programs a research guide outside your faculty. Okay, you can have somebody from your alumni. You can have somebody from your industry, whatever is there. And based on the analysis, I'm not going to discuss all that analysis, but one important analysis which we have done is, we have just found out what is the teacher-student ratio, and based on the national requirement of the teacher-student ratio, the present system can accommodate 74,000 more students in our system to maintain 1:10 teacher-student ratio. That's what the analysis says. There are many things which we have done under this National Agriculture Higher Education Program. Already you are the part of this IDP. Under this NEHEP, we have already started around close to 80 new courses. 80 new courses we have started. You must have also started a lot of new courses under this IDP. But let me also tell you, I was really touched by a young girl when I visited around 15 days back to Solan, the YS Parmar University. And one girl, she was in BSc second year, and she wanted a special time to discuss something with me. And when I discussed, she was saying, sir, the training which she attended on mushroom raising under this IDP program of NEHEP, she was saying that she helped her uncle who lost the job during this COVID period, and he was having no earning, but she helped her uncle to grow the mushroom in his garage, and he could earn 25,000 to 30,000 per month. And she was saying, sir, that is the impact I could make because of this small training, one month training. So there are hundreds of such examples. And our students have so much potential. Let us make use of our practical knowledge. The knowledge is not to be kept with ourselves. Let us share with our neighbors, let us share with our family, let us share with our other colleagues, let us share with our farmers, whatever we learn. And then only we can say that according to the changing scenario, we are really providing the right kind of education to the students. I think you will all agree with me. That kind of training program, and that is the strength of these programs which we have started. The kind of facilities which we have generated, the language labs. One girl again, she wrote a very emotional email. And she was saying, sir, when I joined, I was very hesitant to talk to anybody. And I had no communication skills. But because of this IDP program, I attended 1 month program on this communication skills, and now I am so confident that I can talk to I can talk to even the president. I am so confident now. So it is not only the academic knowledge, and that is what we always say, this is new education policy. This is not new academic policy. So education means everything you have to learn from many sources. For education, we have to learn so many things from our friends, if we are in the university, not only from the teachers, from your family, from your grandparents, from many persons. So how to have more education by way of many activities other than these academic activities. So nowadays, as you know, there is again a data which says that 85% of the jobs or 85% of the students or the employees who are fired from the private industry, they are fired not because of their academic knowledge, that they do not have the proper academic knowledge, but because they have very poor communication skills, or they do not adjust with other colleagues. So why our students should lack in those things? So let us focus that students should have every kind of thing, and that is what the leadership is required now. If only you have to give jobs to the students who secure 99.9%, then there is no requirement of any or any kind of other 6 rounds, 7 rounds, 8 rounds, nothing is required. You just see the marks and so on. So academic score is not that important. Academic score is important to understand the subject, and that is what the new education policy also says, that we have to make the conceptual learning more important than the system where you have to cram everything, you remember everything, and then you appear in the exams. So conceptual based learning. And for that, I think our agriculture university system is the best example and is providing every kind of platform to the students for the conceptual learning, your experiential learning units. And I'll again invite the comments from all these eminent persons. We are also thinking to combine all these ELs, all these 900 experiential learning units across these 74 universities. And even now we are trying to have collaborations with the private universities. I can just give you an example. There is one university, Lovely Professional University, which is the first university to be provided the accreditation in the Punjab. They have beautiful sports facilities, Olympic size swimming pool. Now, can we afford the Olympic size swimming pool in our universities? Can we have the Olympic standard, our indoor badminton or the other kind of things? Many things are there, but they have. And they produce 11 Olympians, 11 players who participate in the Olympics. And I think 4 or 4 medals also they won. 6 players in the hockey team, they were from the Lovely Professional University. So if our student who is very good, is interested in learning the swimming of Olympic standard, so does it mean that I should have first that particular standard? No, if I have the collaboration, then we can ask them that please allow our students to use your facilities. So if there is a optimization of these resources, I think that can produce, like in Delhi, IERI. They approached me, Director IERI, and they were asking me, sir, please give us fund for the sports facilities. I told, why you require these sports facilities? Delhi, we have so many sports facilities. There is a Tal Katora, there is an indoor badminton team. So why we cannot have the collaboration with them, pay them whatever fee is required, and then use. So maybe like you also can have, maybe you also already having such collaborations, but let us make a pool of such resources so that students can be really asked to go anywhere, wherever they want. Let us provide all kind of facilities to the students. So wherever they want to go, sports, the fine arts, the other kind of thing, entrepreneurship, the other kind of lectures, many kind of things, let them be free and use their full 4 years or the 2 years of the PG program for their overall development. And I can again tell you, for that, this already I told you, we have a lot of good initiatives by the students, a lot of things. If you can see from this slide, these caste centers, I was again really very happy to know. I was very happy to interact with some farmers. Under NEHEP program itself, they created one automated pumping system. And in a village, the 5 farmers, they were using that system. And that lady farmer, she was so impressed. She was saying, sir, because of this automated pump system, now I can operate my pump sitting anywhere, and only 25% irrigation is required, and I can know when to irrigate. So those kind of interventions by the students itself are required. And that is only possible once you have all excellent facilities, which now we are providing under these systems. I'll not take now much time. Let me just come to 2-3 more slides. One is the resilient agricultural education system. It is a flagship program now we have started around 3 months back. And under this, what we are trying to do is, we are preparing ourselves, I can repeat, we are preparing ourselves for any future pandemic. If anything comes, it is not only the COVID pandemic, it can be any other pandemic. It can be any other lockdown. Like in Delhi, you must be aware that there was going to be a lockdown because of this environmental pollution. The government of Delhi was thinking that let us lock down Delhi for 1 month for this pollution. It can be because of these storms, it can be because of any natural disaster, anything. Let us be prepared. Our students should not be deprived of any kind of education. So what kind of infrastructure they require, what kind of classrooms they require, what kind of digital format they require, what kind of capacity they require, what kind of capacity our teachers require for learning this learning management system, how to teach in the digital class, how to make these online courses, many things, MOOC courses. So for that, again, we are going to have this system, resilient agriculture education system, for which presently we are investing around 120 crores, but our plans are to have 450 crores. World Bank has already agreed for this. I can again see, I'll just finish by saying to the students that participate in these hackathons, which we are conducting on a regular basis. I don't have the data how many students have participated in the last 2 hackathons, but that's very good opportunity for you to share your innovations, and we are giving a very handsome prize. The first prize is 5 lakh rupees, and that is purely for the students. The faculty also can participate in that. There is a team of 4 persons, and this particular prize, which we concluded just now, about a month back, on the Vice Chancellor's, during the Vice Chancellor's conference, we will give the prizes to those students. I can just say that we are going to have an international conference in the month of July for this resilient agriculture education system. We are going to invite 50 universities, global universities, to share their ideas that what kind of learning management system they have got, what is the best academic practices they are adopting, so that there can be a share of ideas. And I'll invite the experts from this university also. You can just identify. We'll very soon, already Minister has approved this. Again, the IERI, I forced them that let us have the UG program. I think many of you may be from IERI. IERI will have now undergraduate programs from this year, diploma courses, certificate courses from this academic year itself. So the same way we are going to start in other universities also, our deemed universities, because we are trying to make IERI as the global universities. This is again a concept I'm going to discuss in the Vice Chancellor's conference, a new activity we want to start, the PARTH, the Primary Agriculture Rural Trained Human Resources, where we want to attract the rural youths towards the agriculture through the students itself. The students who are going to the villages, how they can be trained, and later on they can be provided certificate by the university. So I'm not going to discuss in details what is that PARTH scheme, but we are again going to start this scheme. Similarly, for the education system also, primary education, for the middle level education, secondary level education, what kind of agriculture education has to be there. For that also, I have asked one of the consultants, E&Y, to work for us, and they are developing a document so that we can really say that our students can be benefited by all means. And I can just finish by saying that our strength, which we are targeting now in the changing scenario, we are targeting by training the people, by attracting the youths for the agriculture education, by retaining the youths in the agriculture, the process, and for the process we are trying to make the full use of IT, the revising the course curriculum and many things, and the technology. And for technology, a lot of things we have done. You know, we have launched the Krasi Megh, we have incorporated the artificial intelligence, virtual reality, augmented reality, many more things. And on these three topics we are going to emphasize now in the changing scenario, and we will just see that how best in next 2 to 3 years we are totally compliant for this NEP, we are totally ready for any future pandemic, and we are totally ready to make our students the self-reliant, we are ready to make our students the job providers, the entrepreneurs, and we can say that yes, our universities also can compete for the global competence, can also apply for the QS ranking, for the Times ranking, for which again we have given a duty to one of the consultants that please assess our all universities that why we are not able to compete for the QS ranking. What are those things, what are those shortcomings? And I think in times to come, we all will be ready for that. Wish you all the best. And again, I want to congratulate you for this Foundation Day and for inviting me to witness this important day. Thank you all. All the best. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, sir, for your highly informative and insightful lecture. I now request our respected registrar, sir, to propose the vote of thanks.
Namaskar. A very good afternoon to one and all present today in the August gathering, a very auspicious occasion for the entire AU family, the bigger family. Warm wishes, high regards, and big congratulations to all of you. Also, fondly remembering the retired teachers, employees, also offering our rich tribute to those who are not with us, but the previous colleague friends in our journey towards the cause for the humanity. Yes, we have passed 53 years of foundation of our university back in 1969. And during the period, we have been able to create many globally resource personnel, research outcomes, and whatnot. So this is so deep-rooted that it will never crumble whatever devastating hurricane, storms, tsunami. We are so deep-rooted. So this is a time for words of gratitude and vote of thanks. At the very outset, I would like to convey our sincere gratitude and sincere vote of thanks to Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. R.C. Agrawalji, the Deputy Director General, Education Division, ICR, New Delhi, who amidst his busy schedule of works has consented to be among us on this auspicious occasion today. The entire AU family is enlightened to have you as the chief guest on 54th Foundation Day celebration and to be a part of your remarkable, epoch-making and valuable speech today. Definitely your speech will guide us. Kind request to keep on guiding and blessing us, sir. Thank you so much. I would also like to convey our sincere vote of thanks to our Honorable Vice Chancellor, a dynamic leader having a visionary mindset, administrative acumen to shape and reshape our university towards a very successful university in national front as well as internationally. Thank you, sir, once again. I would like to convey my sincere thanks to all statutory officers, heads of departments, senior faculties, other faculties, heads of all the university establishments, scientists, employees, and students for being a valuable part of this auspicious day and their sincere efforts in making the program a successful one. Also, sincere thanks extend to the esteemed participants who are taking part in virtual mode from different outstations. I would also like to convey my hearty thanks to our Dean, Faculty of Agriculture and his team for their sincere effort in launching the online repository and launching e-learning resource, which have formally been inaugurated by our honorable guest. I would also like to offer my sincere gratitude to the head Agricultural Statistics, Faculty of Agriculture, and his team for their untiring efforts in launching of University Grievance Redressal System, a trend-setting, remarkable journey started from today, which is also formally inaugurated by our honorable chief guest. I would also like to convey my special thanks to all the chairpersons and conveners of all the committees constituted for successful celebration of 54th Foundation Day and for the sincere efforts and timely actions in making the programs a grand success. I would like to offer my sincere thanks to all media persons coming from different media houses for taking part in this great day today. So I come to end of vote of thanks today. Jai Hind. Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, with this we have come to an end of today's program. And once again, I thank you all very much for joining us today in celebrating the 54th Foundation Day of Assam Agricultural University. At this time, we ask that you all please rise for the national anthem.
Jana Gana Mana Adhinayak Jaya He Bharat सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे